Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where we have finally arrived in the basement of the, well, crap. I just dropped the brand on the ground. Pick it up. Okay. We finally arrived in the basement of, well, the only basement, the only real interior area in the transition zone from Desolation Point to Coastal Highway. And it looks like there's a very good chance there's nothing here. And by nothing, I mean 0 items. I mean, it was completely pointless to come here. I mean, it was not helpful at all. It was a waste of time. It just makes me hate my life for a few seconds. All right, so hopefully there's no wolves outside, because we need to get going. While I still have this burning stick that I can brandish, let me see if I can make use of it. Let's step outside and see what happens. Okay, there's another deer corpse over here. I'm kind of tempted to start another fire and make the most of it. But at the same time, I kind of also just want to get the hell out of here. Here's a crow feather. Let's see how much meat is on this deer. Oh, 3.2 pounds. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to back into this corner. We're going to start a fire by this deer meat, because that is worth... That is definitely worth building a fire for. I guess that's going to be the spot. And hopefully that'll keep any woodland friends away. Let's go ahead and burn the Frontier Shooting Guide. Because again, you haven't... Yes, I know. It doesn't matter to us in Interloper, there are no firearms. So it counts just as any other burnable book. We're using the books because they still count for fire starting skill, but they're much easier. They give a higher fire starting chance because, you know, it's just a bunch of flammable paper. That's the reason. I'm sticking to it. So we're going to light this thing on fire, throw some wood on it, and then harvest the meat off this deer. Also, we might be able to gather some wood from nearby too. So we have some cedar firewood. Let's add a stick. I'll go ahead and keep everything else on me. Okay, I can't do anything with that brand, unfortunately, but I might be able to do things with other sticks nearby. 91% frozen. Let's have a quick look around and see if there's any anything I can pick up. Now, see, here's a limb. A cedar limb that would take an hour and 30 minutes to break down with the hacksaw. Jesus. Let's try and find something that wouldn't take that long. At the same time, we can't wander too far because wolves. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted just to... No, I need to... I mean, I have more sticks I could throw in the fire right now. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I can pick more up on the way. I just need this fire to last longer and be warmer. Feels like 52 degrees at the moment and still climbing. Nice. Alright, this thing is 83% frozen, and right now it would take us 15 minutes to get all the meat off of it. So I might as well go ahead and do that. How long would the hide take? Too long. Let's go ahead and get the meat off. And then we'll go ahead and cook it. And this will really help us with our hunger situation, because we... If you missed the last episode, we have to make it to Mystery Lake. And we have to do so in somewhat quick fashion. Alright, let's go ahead and cook this. We're pretty tired, too, so I can't just chill out. Or I can't just... actually, I have to chill out. I can't just beeline to Mystery Lake right now. I've got to get some rest first. Alright, so let's cook that. I made a mistake in the last episode. I made some herbal tea, or not some herbal tea, but I made some... I just made some tea, hot tea, over the fire that I could have drank when it was hot, and it would have helped me warm up, and I proceeded to cook meat so that it got cold. Okay, now there's wind coming in. That kind of worries me. But yeah, let me not do that again. Where is the tea that I just made? I'm going to drink this while it's hot. It'll help keep us warm. But I'm also going to go ahead and just eat all this meat. because we need to crank our calorie store up nice and high. We have a trip ahead of us. There we go. And tell you what, with the time we have left, only 9 minutes. On account of the wind, it is blowing the fire out, unfortunately. If I'd started the fire here, it would have been more protected, but, yeah, that sucks. Well, at least it mostly unfroze the deer. Alright, tell you what, let's go ahead and, before weather gets much worse, and before we get much more tired, it seems like a blizzard's on its way in, so we need to get out of here. Watch, there be wolves, like, right here now. Never checked that car. I'm gonna go back and check the car. Or the mailbox. Famous last words by Hadrian. I'm gonna go back and check the car. Alright, we are officially exhausted. Can't do too much running as I run. Okay, let's hop in here. Check the glove box. I heard the wolf. There's a frozen angler book. Very nice. Let's probably open the trunk. And then we are going to hightail it as rapidly as we can down this road. Alright, let's get going. We are really tired, and we have a long way to go. This is going to be rough. I'm going to be lucky not to have hypothermia with how cold it is by the time I get back to my safe house in Coastal Highway, which is where I can rest for a bit. And then we need to keep moving. We need to pick up our guts that we have in 2 locations in Coastal Highway, and then go to Mystery Lake. And the reason we need to go to Mystery Lake is we don't have a heavy hammer. So without the heavy hammer, the forges, either in Desolation Point or the Forlorn Muskeg, are completely useless. And there's no point trying to go after them. Oh man, I'm worried about how tired I am, being completely honest. Alright, let's duck, get under this thing. Somebody said that they could just straight up walk under that. Don't know how, but you have to duck, in my experience. Maybe it's slightly different on, like, the Xbox One, perhaps. Yeah, this is going to be rough. I'm not so tired yet that I can't sprint, so when I get back to Coastal Highway, I'm probably going to do as much sprinting as I can to try and cover some distance, because it's cold right now. Thankfully, we're not... Alright, we're leaving the crumbling highway, thank God. Let's get out of this godforsaken place. And we're not likely to be back for a while. Of course the wind is blowing in our face. Of course it is! Oh my God, this game. Worst sense of humor in a game ever. The wind is blowing in the exact direction. It's blocked right now, so we're moving at a normal pace, but as soon as we step out into the wind, we're going to be slowed down by that lovely, frigid onslaught. Oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. That's the exact direction we need to be moving in. Alright, screw it. I'm going to sprint and try and push forward against this wind. I have to. This is a running joke on my channel. It might be a running joke with all Long Dark players, I don't know. But it seems like every time I'm in a really dire situation in the Long Dark, and I am needing to get back to shelter quickly, or just needing to get anywhere quickly, this happens. Alright, now I'm officially exhausted. I can no longer sprint. I can only move this fast forward because I'm encumbered. I'm exhausted. I'm cold. Well, the cold isn't affecting my speed.
Tired.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, the wind is blowing in the exact... Oh my God. This is almost as bad as Pleasant Valley, but it applies anywhere. And only in situations where I really desperately need to be somewhere. It's like the game is like... It has an algorithm running on the back end trying to determine how desperate a player's situation is. And when it reaches a certain peak level of desperation, it says, haha, haha. Okay, wind direction, opposite of player movement direction. It's happened so many times now, I would not be surprised. Especially on Interloper, the highest difficulty level, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that existed. It's sick. It would be sadistic on the developer's part, but I would totally believe it. We are getting colder. Let me see if I can step over here and get out of the wind, because there's a lot of shelter over here to the left. If there's a wolf to the left as well, then we'll have a problem. The other problem is I can't run, so if I do encounter a wolf, I'm going to have to maintain distance from them. And I can't... The problem is right now I can't, with the wind blowing in my face. It looks like the wind might be changing direction. Hopefully it is. Okay. Blocked from the wind temporarily. That's going to help a little bit. Ooh, boy. We have a long way to go. There are the docks over there. We got to get all the way over there. Let me go ahead and cut across the ice. It's the most direct path, and that way I can see very clearly what's in front of me, whether there are any wildlife, whether there are any members of the wildlife community or not. Here's another deer. I don't have quite enough on me right now to light another fire. I will pick up that stick, though. Because if you didn't know, you got to pick up every stick. Or you're not good at the lawn dark. Every last stick you must pick up, or you're a novice. I'm joking.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
You don't have to pick up every stick. Alright, so that's where we're going. I'm just going to wait for the wind to stop blowing against us. Oh my god, this is such a joke. This is such a joke. I'm going to move side to side just to give myself the sensation of moving faster. This is really, really upsetting. And if this becomes a blizzard, we're going to have serious problems. I mean, it's not that far away, but it's just... Okay, now we're officially going to be at risk for hypothermia, and we're going to be really lucky if we don't get hypothermia, especially with the wind blowing in our face. Our condition's going to drop. If we get hypothermic, we're going to be... Oh my goodness. I know what you're thinking, Hadrian, why didn't you just stick on the road? You might have found more shelter that way. Yeah, maybe, but most of the road, as you can see, is open to the direction the wind is blowing from, so it wouldn't have helped. We need natural breaks, natural wind breaks like this, and this one is relatively small. It wouldn't have given me that much time difference in my arrival to the safe house. I really hope there's not a wolf outside the safe house because I cannot sprint right now. I can't. I want to stop to look at my hypothermia risk, but I don't want to risk it. No pun intended. There is one of the... we visited that house, but we haven't visited the other house on the island, and if I can do so, I'm going to try... On my way out of the zone, I'm actually going to hop out onto the ice, and I'm going to visit the other house, and I want to visit all of the... there's the other bear. Okay, I think the wind just changed direction. Yes, it did. Perfect. Now we're moving at a normal speed. So I'm also going to visit all of the huts, because there's a chance, unless the heavy hammer only spawns in the huts on Mystery Lake, there's a chance that these fishing huts have a heavy hammer. And if that's the case, aside from my need for food... I don't actually... Okay, it's actually completely changed direction now. It's at our back. That's helping us. But yeah, aside from my need for food, I would not have to go back to Mystery Lake. But as I mentioned last episode, that's the other reason I do still want to go back to Mystery Lake, or to go to Mystery Lake. We haven't been to Mystery Lake yet in this series, because not only do I need the heavy hammer, but I need to find more things to scavenge. We need to spend more time with the world, find more clothing items. We still don't have a good pair of shoes. I mean, once I have a bow and arrow, I can hunt for shoes. But until that point, I am not in a good situation. So I need better shoes. I need more food in general. What's that? Is that a dead rabbit? Is that a dead rabbit? No, that's... Okay, that's my campfire. It was next to the deer. Thought it looked a little bit big to be a dead rabbit. I kind of want to investigate, if the weather's nice to me, I want to investigate the boats as well, because we discovered there is indeed food in the boats. "15 minutes later, and we are home." Okay, I don't see a wolf that direction. Don't see a wolf that direction. I think we're home free. Again, famous last words by Hadrian, I think we're home free. Alright, now I need to get in here and rest, and then we need to keep moving. So thankfully it'll be warm enough in here. Yeah, it's 50 degrees. However, we don't have a ton of food. Let's go ahead and drink. Solve that problem. And we've got to stay up we've got to sleep the whole night through. Thankfully, we're going to recover some condition at least. All right. Question mark. Hopefully this blizzard that's happening right now blows over in the night. Let's go ahead and drink some more. This should be most of our water, which raises the need for additional wood. 8 days, 13 hours, 44 minutes. Not bad. Sleep a little while longer. All right, good. The storm has passed. All right, we are officially about to start losing condition due to being hungry. I can't do anything but pass the time right now because it's dark, so I can't read the book. So all of you who have been saying, read books instead of passing time, not right now. So let me go ahead and just pass the time for 2 hours, and then maybe I'll rest for 1. Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and rest for 1 hour, and this will give us the daylight. I'm tempted to rest for longer because it's going to be really cold right now, but we've got to just get moving. All right, so let us step back out onto the ice. Literally, it's going to be really cold. Let's listen for wolves. Crush fingers if there is a wolf nearby.
I'm getting weak.
Oh, it is nice. It is so nice to be... Okay, I'm just going to head out this direction. It is so nice to be fully rested and able to move at full speed because I am not encumbered. I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I finally have a bedroll. Okay, there's a wolf right there. Need to look for the first fishing hut. And I think I've been to the one that I'm heading towards, but I just want to use the first fishing hut. There's one right there. As a kind of a landmark. There's another one there, actually. So I'm going to start with this one, because this is the one that's farthest to the east of the zone. We just came from the east side, moving west back towards our house. Now we're going back east a little bit. But I want to make sure I've been in every single one of these. And that door is open, so I want to say that I have been in this one. Alright. Seems like the fog might be peeling back. Man, it's really cold. Crap. Alright, there's the bear. Thankfully, it's near its cave. Yeah, the cold is going to be a real challenge right now. It's amazing how cold we are, despite the fact that we actually have a number of layers on. Right, there's a pry bar. Yeah, we've been in here. We've been in here. All right, so it feels like -1 degrees in here. If I start a fire for a bit, just to warm back up.
To escape this cold.
You're literally in a place to escape this cold, my dear. Okay, we've got this torch, which we could burn. But without the torch, I don't really have a means to... Yeah, I don't want to light this book on fire, but I feel like I have no choice. Let's go ahead and do that. I need to just throw some sticks on the fire and get warm for a minute. Because we're at risk for hypothermia, but I can't go back. Like, I can't hunker down. I've got to start moving, and so we need to wait for maybe the day to get a little warmer, and hopefully the weather to stay good.
I'm gonna die if I don't warm up soon.
Says Jennifer Hale while she's literally starting a fire. Also, our fire starting skill should go up at some point soon. I'm surprised that it hasn't already. Okay, we're gonna have to pick up a lot more sticks. Oh, it only feels like 8 degrees. Oh my god, you kidding me? I don't have enough fuel to make it a really hot fire. I didn't think about that. So it's only a 14-degree fire. That was a complete waste. I've got to keep moving. Oh my god, what a joke. Alright, well, in that case, I'm going to have to move somewhat quickly. We're going to have to get to that house. And hopefully there's food in the other house. That was a complete waste of sticks. It was a waste of a match. It was a waste of a book. What a stupid decision. Okay. I'm going to move this direction and see if I can encounter... God, I need to check that hut. I need to check it. I can't abandon it. We are starving. We are freezing. We've got to get to that house before long. I know the way. Make sure there's not any wolves nearby. It does seem to be warming up a little bit. I've still got 12 hours daylight left, so it's definitely early in the morning. Yeah, I've been here too. Okay, not what I needed to see. Alright. Let's head this direction and hopefully not get hypothermic. Hypothermia would be pretty bad right now. Because we'd have to stay inside above freezing for a certain amount of time. I think you have to stay inside for a whole day, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go towards that fishing hut. There's the log sort over there. That's where we have some of our... Oh, you know what I didn't pick up? Damn, I didn't pick up my... I'm making all kinds of mistakes this episode. I did not pick up my my two guts that were curing. But there are two guts that are also curing elsewhere in the zone, and they're further along. So maybe I'll leave those where they are and let them just keep curing. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so the next house we need to get to is in that direction. It's up those embankments. So we're close. It's the Misanthrope's Homestead. Or is it Jackrabbit Island? That's the Misanthrope's Homestead, right? Yeah, we need to get to Jackrabbit Island. That's where we're going. Okay, I have not been here. And of course there's nothing here. There is cedar firewood, however, which would make for a nice warm fire. That's the game's way of laughing at me. As if it hasn't done... Oh, hello. That's the shoreline. Okay. The ice can be weak when you're near the water. Alright, I'm going to hop up on top of this embankment so that I can see a little better. Feels like -1 degrees at the moment, so it is warming up. It was -10 just a moment ago. Okay, I see some crows. That's a good sign as well. Pick up a couple of sticks. There's another one. Alright, I'm going to keep moving. Alright, so my hope is that there are no wolves. Alright. Crows mean either a human body or a deer corpse. Either way, that's potentially a good thing. I need to get up here, though. Need to get inside and preferably find food. Yeah, this is Jackrabbit Island. Alright, there's the house. Nice and close. I can hear the pitter-patter of jackrabbit footsteps. They're everywhere. Okay. Let's, here's a fresh place to explore at least. And we'll be warm in here and hopefully find something to snack on. We need it badly. Alright, so just to recap what I was just saying, it's actually not the worst thing that I left those guts behind, even though that wasn't my intention. So technically a mistake, but not the worst mistake, because those guts that I left behind were not as far along as the others that I have still on my path out of the zone. So I can pick up the ones that are on my path, and those are more likely to be ready soon, to where when I'm in Mystery Lake, I can make a fishing line and fish there and get food and subsist there. I might even be able to stay in Mystery Lake for a while. But the problem is I don't really have good gear. And I can't hunt without arrows. Of course, you have to make any...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
You have to make any gear that you have in Interloper mode. So, knife, hatchet, bow and arrow. Alright, there is nothing in this house. What a piece of crap. Okay. Let's check the fridge. Maybe there's something in the actual fridge. How about that?
Probably
Hey,
so.
Pinnacle Peaches. Okay. We're in business. Nothing in the oven. Anything in the cabinet door? Anything in this drawer? Of course not. I'm laughing because there's a plane going overhead right now, and if my mic is picking it up, then I promise that's not coming from the game. That would be a very Lost-esque moment, considering the backstory of this game. Alright, let's go ahead and take this water from the toilet. That is one of the biggest victories of coming here, even though there hasn't been much else here. Alright, let's check the medicine shelf. Nothing in the medicine shelf either. God! This is the worst. All right, let's break down this cloth real quick. Yeah, the fact that we got at least some food out of this deal, or some water.
If the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and eat. Pinnacle peaches have 450 calories. They will also provide a little bit of liquid nourishment as well. So that's helpful. That was a good find to start this episode. I mean, it's not perfect. We're still down for the count in a number of ways, but at least... Hang on, I'm just making sure I didn't leave any matches anywhere. At least we got the water. Half a gallon of water, in fact. So that will be really helpful because we don't have the means to start a lot of fires right now. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here. In the next one, I'm going to keep exploring the various fishing huts along Coastal Highway on my way out of the zone. Then we're going to head to Mystery Lake and start looking for that heavy hammer. We're also looking for the heavy hammer in the fishing huts here, but we'll just have to see if we can find one wherever we go. I'm not going to stop till I find one. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes with kind of a survival, science fiction, and or simulation vibe air daily at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.